In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to go through this assignment on Canvas. Obviously, you've already located it. Make sure that you have the GeoGebra site opened up while you're watching this video. Also, make sure you have the centers of constructing the centers of triangles, the student document opened up. I just want you guys to practice copying the pictures over to the document, and that way you can save them and submit the assignment at the very end. So the first thing that I want you to do is to go to the GeoGebra site. And when you go there, you might have to click on the Math Apps, the Centered app. Click on the Geometry option over here. And I'm going to get rid of this calculator down here since we don't need it. And the first thing we're going to do, as you can see on the Word document, we're going to construct the circumcenter. Now, the circumcenter is where the perpendicular bisectors meet. So we're going to need to create a triangle. So drop 3 points. And I'm going to center mine in the window here, and then use the segment tool and click on 2 consecutive points to create a segment. So now we've got a triangle. If I move it around, it stays a triangle. Now, since we need to construct the 3 perpendicular bisectors, I'm going to select the perpendicular bisector tool. And if you just click on each side, it will make it for you. After you've done that, create a point at the circumcenter. Make sure it's all 3 lines are bold when you drop the point. And you notice since it's outside of the triangle, this triangle must be obtuse. So if you make it acute, it goes inside. If you make it right, it's right on the triangle. So once you have it how you want it, click down here and search for the snipping tool on your laptops. This is how we're going to screenshot each of these constructions. So when you click on New, you're going to click outside of the picture, drag diagonally across it, and then release. And when you do that, this will pop up. Hit the copy button right here. Go to your Microsoft Word document, and under Circumcenter, paste it. Now, right now, it won't move, but it's in a good position. If I needed to move it, I could click on Format and then select Behind Text, and then it's able to be moved. I might reduce the size a little bit and center it. And then I'm going to move on to In Center. Now, the In Center is the point where the angle bisectors meet. So I'm going to delete the perpendicular bisectors. And now I'm going to select the angle bisector tool. To bisect this angle, I click here, and then that center one is the one I'm going to bisect. And then when I click the third one, it will drop the angle bisector in there. If I want to bisect this angle, I want that to be my second click. And if I want to bisect this angle, I want that to be my second click. There we go. I'm going to drop a point where they meet. Now, the angle bisectors meet at the In Center, and that point is equidistant to the 3 sides. So the next thing I need you to do is create a perpendicular line from this point to one of the sides. I'm going to pick this one and create a point where that meets. And now draw the circle from the center out to that new point, and you notice it touches all 3 sides of the triangle. And if I drag it around, it stays connected to the triangle. And whenever you're ready to screen capture this one, hit New, do the same thing, drag it, copy it, and paste it. Now, one thing I forgot to do on the first one, I forgot to draw in the circle from the circumcenter. So before you screen capture yours and put it in here, please draw the circle that goes from the center out to one of the vertices. So the circle will go around the triangle. please make sure you do that before you insert it in here. Now onto the centroid. The centroid is where the medians meet. A median connects the midpoint of a side to the opposite vertex. So I'm going to need to use my midpoint tool. The midpoint tool is right here. And all you need to do is click on the side and it'll drop the midpoint there for you. So do it for all 3 sides. And now we're going to use the segment tool to connect a segment from the midpoint to the opposite vertex. Do that all 3 times. Put a point there where they meet, and this is called the centroid. Now remember, the centroid is 2/3 of the way across the triangle, across a median, from the vertex to the opposite midpoint. So to make sure we have this correct, I'm going to measure the 1/3 part, the 2/3 part, and then the whole thing to make sure the measurements are right. So up here, we have a tool that creates measurements. It's going to measure length for us. There it is, distance or length. So we're going to find the 1/3 distance first, click on both points. We're going to find the 2/3 distance next, click on both points. And then we're going to find the whole length from D to B across the median. So you can see DB is the whole length, GB is the 2/3 part, DG is the 1/3 part. Once you have all those measurements on it, let's go ahead and screen capture it. Make sure you get the whole thing with the measurements. Copy it, and under centroid. Last one's the orthocenter. The orthocenter is where the altitudes meet. So we're going to get rid of these. An altitude is the perpendicular line from a vertex to the opposite side. So once you have the perpendicular line, not bisector, but the perpendicular line tool, click on the vertex, click on the opposite side, vertex, opposite side, and it will create the perpendicular line. And then the last one. Again, put a point where they meet. And then screen capture it. Copy it and paste it. I'd like for these all to be together on one page. I'd like for them to be with each other. So the name orthocenter with the picture, centroid with the picture, in-center with the picture, and then the circumcenter with the picture. And remember, please put the circle that goes from the center out to a vertex to show that's equidistant to all 3 vertices before you submit it. Be sure to put your student name on there. And then when you're all finished, go ahead and submit your assignment with that file on Canvas. So if you have any questions while you're doing this, I'm going to also have a handout. It's right down here. It's called the Constructing the Centers of Triangles. There's actually typed out directions on how to create each one of those. I think this video is pretty helpful, but if you need extra handwritten help, it's right here. So please make sure you submit this before midnight tonight. So midnight during Friday, the 11:59 p.m. on Friday. Please submit that. You should be able to get it done in class. Have a great day, and feel free to email me if you guys have any questions.